Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tuzana, MetabolicMasterpiece.com, here with a killer high volume leg workout. Enjoy.
And we'll kick the workout off with the leg extension, going for 15 to 20 reps. You'll do 3 sets here, resting for about 90 seconds between sets. So the weight is nice and light, manageable. Really a great opportunity to enhance the mind-muscle connection with your quads here. So really feel that contraction in the top. Feel the quads doing all the work here. Nice and controlled on the way down. I was really kind of paying attention to the little twitching of the muscles there. Really getting fascinated with it and seeing if I could slow it down, control it a little bit more, and really getting in tune with my quads here. First 10 reps are going to be relatively easy. Second 10 reps are definitely become more and more challenging. Last 5 reps should be really feeling the burn and pump with this movement. So hold yourself down there using those handles. Make sure that butt doesn't scoot up. So after those 3 sets, we're going to move on to the hack squat. This is wave loading here. 12 reps for the first set. 10 reps for the second set, 8 reps for the third set, and you'll do rest for 2 minutes between sets there, and you're going to do 2 waves. This is the second wave where I'm aiming for 12 repetitions here. The first wave, you're going to leave a good 2 to 3 reps in the tank, so it shouldn't exhaust you at all. You're just really kind of getting in the groove with the movement, getting the blood pumping to the muscles, just really mastering that form and technique. Now this second wave, you're going to get much closer to momentary muscular failure. I'd still recommend leaving a good rep in the tank with this. It's a high volume workout here. You don't want to be going to complete muscular failure with these, with basically any of these sets here. You really want to just work on the volume, putting in the work, and really mastering that technique, making sure that you are keeping all the tension on the right muscles here and taking a lot of supporting muscles. Really easy with this movement to allow your butt to scoot up away from that padding, feel it in the lower back. So go with a manageable weight that allows you to work through the full range of motion here. So here I'm allowing the knees to open up a bit, toes are pointing out a little bit, and just getting down as low as I can while forcing my lower back into the bench. So I rested for 10 minutes. This is the 10 rep set here. Definitely, you can tell there, it's not killing me. I had another rep or 2 in the tank there. This is the first week on the plan too, so I'll be bumping it up from week to week, but I don't plan on going all out with this workout. There may be one set out of it towards the end where I may push it, but really just working on volume, form, technique. Here we got the final set going for 8 repetitions. Just really making sure I am keeping constant tension on the thighs there, really driving. Really, with this movement, I really like to think of pushing that platform away from me rather than just driving myself up. It's amazing how just digging your feet in hard, pushing through the heels, how much it really engages the quads there. Really, you feel that tension. After that, the 6 sets of the leg extension there, the 2 waves, leg hack squat, we're moving on to the leg press where we're aiming for 15 to 20 reps. Constant tension here, so no locking out at the top, just a nice, smooth, controlled movement here. Work within your own personal range of motion. This was it for me today. There's some days where I can get deeper in the movement without my pelvis curling too much or my butt leaving the bench, but this felt great. I felt the burn, felt the tension. You may have noticed when I unracked the weight, whether it was for the hack squat or the leg press, I like to kind of hold it up there for a few seconds with my knees slightly bent to really feel the tension in the thighs before I begin the movement. So 15 to 20 reps there with the leg press, 3 sets. You can rest about 2 minutes between sets there. Then we're going to move on to the Romanian deadlift. Now, we had rack pulls earlier on back day. Very, very similar movement as you'd be able to see. Romanian deadlift, you're going to get just a little bit deeper into the stretch. So rack pulls was right about mid-knee for me. Here I'm dropping just below the knees. Don't feel like you have to get down to the floor here. You're just reaching those hips back as far as you can. So this is a hip hinge movement. Soft knees, so they're going to bend, but just a bit. You're not thinking of bending your knees. You're just keeping them nice and soft. You're reaching those hips back as much as you can. As soon as your hips can't go any further, the movement is done. Nice flat back there. Excellent movement. So 3 sets there, 10 to 12 reps. resting for about 2 minutes between sets. Then we're going to go on to the leg curl. I got my toes pointed towards my shins here, 8 to 10 reps, 3 sets, about 90 seconds rest between sets. I like to keep my chest up off of the bench and my toes pointed towards my shins. That keeps the calves in a stretch position, keeps the calves out of the movement as much as possible. And I find being up with your chest up off the bench, it makes it more challenging. If I want to lie myself down, I can squeeze out a couple extra reps at the end there. So 3 sets. Then we're going to finish off with the step ups. You're basically going to have a hard time controlling yourself at this point. Even though I'm not pushing each set to complete failure, it's a lot of volume here. And at this point, you're going to still feel strong, but you're just going to feel like you can't control your legs like you normally can. So notice how I'm leaning forward here. I'm allowing that knee to travel past the toe there. I'm keeping all my weight forward, keeping all my weight on that lead leg, just really trying to control that negative as much as I can. And you'll notice I hit that one point where I'm done. Like I can't slow the movement down any further, just drop there again. That's the fatigue kicking in. So I'm going to work on that. I'm trying not to push off too much with that back toe off the floor. Then we're going to move on to some abs here. We got a superset between the cable crunch, and with this movement, just really focusing on curling the spine, so rounding that upper back. Going to feel most of the emphasis on the upper abdominals, mid abdominals there. Hips stay locked in place, like the knees are at a 90-degree angle the entire time. Just curling that spine, going for 10 to 15 reps. Grab a weight plate here, it's 35 pounds, and going for 15 to 20 reps with the Russian twist. So I'm not reaching my hands out from side to side. I'm just twisting my torso, just focusing on my shoulders, twisting side to side. So trying to keep all the movement at the trunk. It's okay for the feet to sway a bit from side to side. Love this combination here. It's pretty brutal. Actually, one of my favorite combinations here. So 15 to 20 reps, you'll do 3 sets with this, and rest about 60 seconds should be enough between sets. Then we'll move on to 3 supersets for the calves, going for 10 to 15 reps here. The seated calf raises, and again, just driving up as much as you can on the toes, and then think of driving your ankles or the shins towards the walls here. So going up as high as you can on the toes, and you get to that top point, think of trying to get an extra little contraction there by driving those shins forward. It's amazing how much more you can get out of this movement, as well as in the bottom of the movement. You get down to the bottom position, focus on contracting the calves before you raise that weight. Right away, hit the standing calf raise, and going for 15 to 20 reps here. So nice, light, manageable weight. Once again, pushing off those toes and get to the top and try to drive the shins just a little bit forward. Calves are pretty fatigued. Actually, my calves were almost cramping up on me on that seated calf raise, feeling it from the previous workouts, and because we're hitting them quite a bit this week, as well as the movements that we've been doing for the legs today. There's some calf involvement there, so they were feeling it. I was fighting the cramping. And this was just a great way to get the blood pumping to them with 15 to 20 reps here. 3 sets, that's your workout.